Hey, Bob Bonanfant here, morning show host at the West Bend radio stations for the past 29 years, both AM and FM at various different points. And I'd like to tell you a couple stories. One, I've done a lot of interviews. I think that's a strength of mine because I don't ask the same stupid questions they probably hear in every interview. You know, I mean, if you hear the same questions over and over again, you're going to sound like you're bored. You just got to either do a little bit of research and come at a different angle, or you have to be genuinely interested in your subject, which most of the time I was. And one of the best interviews, well, not best, but one of the most controversial interviews I did was with a lady that wrote a book that said women should use everything they can in the business world to get ahead. And one of those things was sleeping with people, okay? Now, I didn't agree with that, but I kind of encouraged our listeners to call in and challenge her. Well, one of our advertisers that advertised on the FM, I was doing this on the AM, heard that and called the station and said they were going to threatening to pull our advertising if I didn't get off the air with this person. Well, my general manager at the time, Jim Hodges, came in and said, "Get off the phone with her. Don't come back to her. Hang up on her." And I said, well, I told him, I said, they don't even advertise on our station. What is he doing listening to us if he's advertising on the FM? Well, I did. I apologized to the lady during a commercial break, said I'd get back to her some other time, never did. But that was pretty good. My favorite interview, Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim, because he was such a gentleman. Tiny Tim I interviewed, I think, in 1989. And I can see where people probably took advantage of him during his career. It was always, Mr. Bonanfant, Mr. Bonanfant, Mr. Bonanfant, sir. And what a treasure that guy was. Everybody thinks of him as the kook that got married on the Tonight Show and tiptoed through the tulips. But as far as being a gentleman, he definitely was a true gentleman. And the various different people I've talked to, the topics we've talked about have been very interesting, and I'll tell you what, that was part of the reason why I probably stayed in West Bend for 29 years, was because of the whole interviewing skill thing.